Hello creatives, welcome to the week 1 of our graphic design fellowship. So today we are going to talk about design foundations, and also we are going to talk about Corel Draw, the introductory part to Corel Draw. So what is graphic design? The definition, the meaning of the word graphic design. So we talk about graphic design as the act and practice of planning and projecting idea visually using images, text, color and layout to communicate a message. So the most important thing there is to communicate a message. As a graphic designer, you build using text, images in order for you to communicate a message. So it is a form of visual communication. The simple explanation of graphic design is how we make information look attractive and understandable. As a graphic designer, you are expected to make information understandable and also readable by each and every one of your clients. So instead of just writing words, we can be able to add images which will make our design much more communicatable, use colors, arrange text and also create layouts. So this is a simple explanation of graphic design. So now the purpose of graphic design. Why do we design? Number one is to inform people. News, announcements. We do graphic design in order to inform. Number two, we do graphic design in order to advertise products and services. As a graphic designer, you don't only inform, you also advertise. And then as a graphic designer, you create brand identity. You can be able to create brand identity. This is one of the purpose of being a graphic designer and the purpose of graphic design. And then as a graphic designer, you design in order to attract attention. You design in order to attract attention. And lastly, you influence decision. When you design, your design can be able to influence decision, whether it's buying, registration, engagement. You can be able to influence people's decision. So where you see graphic design daily, we have a lot of places where you see graphic design daily. We have places like churches, flyers and posters. We also have event banners, social media ads. When we talk about Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, X, Thread, all the social medias, you see graphic designs. And also we have business branding. When we talk about logos, cards, you see graphic design. And we also have product packaging. When you see most of these products that we sell and we also buy, we have graphic design attached to it. So if it looks visual and communicates a message, it is a graphic design. The key idea here is that good design does not just look good, it communicates clearly. When you design, you not only design for it to look good, but also to communicate clearly, to pass a clear information. Overview of design tools. We are going to talk about some of the design tools, most especially Corel Draw. What are design tools? When we talk about design tools, they are softwares used to create visual design. So the main tools we will learn, number one, we are going to learn Corel Draw. Corel Draw is mostly used in Nigeria for flyers, banners, print design, and also it's very important for local jobs, powerful for vector graphics. When you want to do things that have to do with vector graphics, Corel Draw is one of the powerful tools you can be able to use. And number two, we have Canva. Canva is easy drag and drop design tool, good for beginners and fast work. So if you are a beginner, Canva is for you. Very easy and very fast. And then we have Photoshop. Photoshop is used for editing images, removing backgrounds, advanced photo manipulation. When you want to manipulate photo, you want an advanced photo editing, Photoshop is a very good choice for you. And then the last one here is that we have Illustrator, the Adobe Illustrator, which is used for advanced logo design. If you want to be a logo designer, then go for Adobe Illustrator, and then it's professional vector illustration. So these are the main tools we are going to learn. Key understanding: CorelDRAW print, flyers, and design. That's the Nigerian standard. We have Canva, which is fast for social media design. Photoshop, good for image editing. Illustrator, advanced design work. So now we are going to talk about how you can be able to install and navigate CorelDRAW. So these are the installation steps of how you can be able to get CorelDRAW into your own PC. Number one, you should download CorelDRAW installer. You go to the website, search for CorelDRAW, and download the CorelDRAW installer. Number two, run setup file. The third step is to follow installation instruction. When you run the setup file, there are certain instructions that is going to pop up on your screen. So what you are going to do is to follow the instruction step by step. And the fourth thing is to launch software after installation. So first, launch overview. When CorelDRAW opens, you will see a welcome screen. New document options, recent file. So immediately your CorelDRAW is being launched. The welcome screen categorizes of things that has to do with the new document, recent files. That's if you've designed previously before in it, you can be able to see recent design. But if it's a new launch, you are going to have a blank recent design. You can be able to see different templates that you can be able to use. So now, creating a new document, that's the first step we are going to take. You are going to click the new document. After clicking the new document, you are going to choose page size. We have different page sizes. We have A4, A3, A2, A1, B2, B3. We have sizes of envelopes. We have different sizes, business cards. So when you go through the sizes, you can be able to choose any size you want. So recommendable for a beginner, you can be able to choose A4 size. And then you can set orientation. We have two orientation. We have the portrait, and we also have the landscape. So you can choose any orientation that you want. And then the last thing is you are going to click on OK. So this is how you can be able to create a new document using CorelDRAW. The key tip here is always choose the correct page size before designing. Before you design, make sure you choose the correct page size. So now we are going to talk about the CorelDRAW interface, the workspace, how you can be able to understand and navigate through the workspace. So what is a workspace? The workspace is your main design area where you create your design. It includes everything you see on screen while designing. So that is your workspace. So the main part of CorelDRAW interface. Number one main part we have is the tool box that is located on the left. This is where all your design tools are located. Whenever you want to design, the tools there is what you use to design, and the tools in CorelDRAW is located at the left side of your screen. So we have the command tools, the pick tool. The first tool there is the pick tool, which is used to move, resize objects. And the second tool there we have is the shape tool, which is being used to edit shapes. And the third tool there we have is the rectangle tool, which we use the rectangle tool to draw boxes. And then we have the ellipse tool, which we use it to draw circles. And then we have the text tool, which we use the text tool to add text on our designs. So these are your core design instruments. When you know how to use these tools. This is going to help you while designing. The second thing we are going to talk about on the CorelDRAW workspace is the property bar, which is located at the top area. This bar changes depending on what you select. So the property bar, we usually say, is dynamic because each tool you select changes with its property. So let's say you select a rectangle tool. The rectangle tool is going to bring out all its properties on the property bar. So it controls the font type and size, object size, colors, position, alignment. It is the control panel for editing. That is the property bar. And then the third one we have is the workspace, which is located at the center area. This is your main canvas where designs are created. All your designs, the size, the shape, it's being created in the workspace. Anything outside the workspace, it's not part of your design. So everything we do it inside the workspace, which is the white area design space, outside area not printed area. So the white area on your workspace, that is where you can be able to print. So let's say now you choose A4 size and all your designs, you do it inside the workspace, inside the white area, you can be able to print them. But when you design outside that white area, it will not be able to be printed because it's not a printed area being for the A4 size. So you should always design inside the page, inside your workspace. So the next thing we are going to talk about is the color palette, which is located at the right side. We use the color palette to apply colors to shape. All the colors are there. CMYK, that's the cyan, yellow, magenta, and black, and also the RGB, red, green, and blue. You can be able to choose any color that you want to apply on your shape. You can also be able to change your text color on the color palette, and you can be able to have a gradient color using the color palettes. So in key summary now, we talk about the toolbox, which it contains all the tools, and we also talk about the workspace, that is where your design area is. And then we talk about property bar, the editing control area, and the last thing we talk about is the color palette, which is containing the coloring system. So now this is a class activity that I want each and every one of you to do. Number one is you are going to open CorelDRAW, and then you are going to create a new document in CorelDRAW. And the third thing you are going to do is you are going to identify toolbox. When you do these things, it's going to help you build your skills while learning about CorelDRAW. You identify the toolbox, the workspace, and the property bar. And the last thing you are going to do is you are going to type their name on the canvas. So these are the activities that I want you to engage yourself on. So this is the end of our week 1 training. So I want you guys to join me in our next training, which is going to come up on the week 2. Come with your class activity so that we can have a great and wonderful training session together. Thank you.